I want to get rid of them as much as you do. When they don't make sense, we need to move through them. And I also want to have a word thank you for the work you're doing with Jim Zeringer and Dave Daniels on the issue of keeping the fertilizer on the soil and not letting it get into our streams. You know that's a problem. And I'd rather not have a law passed. I would rather have cooperation from the ag industry, which we are getting from farmers, to try to make sure that we can have successful agriculture and also a good environment. Because no one cares about the environment more than an American or an Ohio farmer. So we want you to continue to work with us on that. So, folks, what we have coming soon, Turnpike. I don't call it Turnpike anymore, I call it the Jobs Program. And some of you who live up in that northern area, let me just tell you this. I heard this morning that the Turnpike applied for membership as an independent country in the United Nations. Do you know what happens on your farm if you have an asset that is not producing value, that is underutilized? What do you do with it? Chris, you sell it, or you figure out how to use it, right? We need to have a very good infrastructure in Ohio. We need safer bridges. We need more highways. We need more development projects. Think about this. Ohio is located within 600 miles of 60% of the country. That is why companies, logistic companies, manufacturing companies, are moving to Ohio from places like Germany. They're moving here because they can have great access to the middle of America. And for those that live up in the Toledo area, you know about North Baltimore, a great logistics center that can move product. Instead of going to Chicago, you get to go to North Baltimore. I don't know how many of you have ever spent time at O'Hare Airport, but there's a possibility that if you go in at the age of 20 or 30, by the time your plane takes off, you're eligible for Social Security. And it's a great thing to be able to utilize something like North Baltimore. The fact of the matter is infrastructure matters. And if we can extract value from that road up there, and we can use it to build out Ohio's roads, to make Ohio a more successful economic state, the creation of jobs, and the shovel-ready jobs, actually, of doing projects that have been delayed because there's not enough resources, while keeping in mind the concerns and the nervousness of people who live in the northern part of the state who've been attached to that turnpike, we have to get it done. And we'll be unveiling a plan here over the course of the next couple of weeks once everything settles down. And we would really love the Farm Bureau to be supportive of that initiative as well. Okay, that's just shy of 2 hours. Let me take some questions.